of defects. So x-axis type of defect means subjective attribute data. Your x-axis contains attribute data. However, your y-axis contains quantitative data. Your x-axis is qualitative, y-axis is quantitative. On the left side, it is number of defects. On the right side, it is cumulative percentage. When you plot a Pareto, you will have number of bars, right? In the Pareto, you will see number of bars. Your bars should be in ascending order or in descending order, or can it be in random order?
Descending order.
Descending order. Very good. The bar should be in descending order. Then only the first bar will represent the most important problem. Clear? All right?
Yes, sir.
Ravi was explaining about the garment industry problem. Defective button is a problem. Stitching defect is a problem. And some stains in the garment is a problem. So many types of problems are there. And now, which problem the garment industry should focus right now? Now the answer is plot a Pareto. You have the document. See the voice. This is the voice of internal customer. All the rejections, button issue, and all those things. Maybe voice of business or maybe voice of internal customer. You must record everything. If you don't have the habit of recording, then you will only talk about the problem and then you will not be able to take any action. Documentation is important. And now with the help of the number of times, number of occurrence of the various problems, you plot a Pareto and the most important one will automatically get prioritized. So you have learned 2 steps. First step, project identification. Second step, project selection, or you call it project prioritization. What is the next step Dr. Ravi has taught you? Creating a project charter and the high-level process map. Am I right? Creating project charter and high-level process map is the last step in the define phase. Now, project charter, why do you create? Because you have to get approval from your top management. You have to get approval from the top management, because doing a project 4 months, 6 months, resources are required. Some manpower required, team members are required, time should be devoted, and then only no project can happen. So approval is required. Only when the project sponsor approves your project is live. Can you do a project without approval in your company?
No.
If you do it, definitely it is a sure shot failure. If no approval, you won't get time, you won't get resources, the required resources, and with all those shortfalls, definitely your project will fail. This is what we call it top management support. Any project should have the support of the top management, and top management will support only when you convince them properly. Only when you convince them properly, only when you make the situation win-win. What is win-win? When you do a project, you are solving your problem. Will it solve your organization problem also? The problem which your department is experiencing should be an important for your whole organization also. That connection you have to know, project properly. This is called what? Goal alignment. This is called goal alignment. Your department goals are called operational goals. Your department goals are called what? Operational goals. And above you will have your boss. Am I right? Above you will have your boss. Your boss will also have some goal. Am I right? Your goals are operational. Operational means you can achieve it in short term. 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, your goal is accomplished. But your boss goal will be little more longer or little more bigger, and so it will take some more longer time. Your boss goal are called tactical goals. Called what? Tactical. And your above your boss, you will have the top management. You will have the top level management, the CEOs, directors, chairman, and all those people, right? And they will also have some goal. Am I right? Your chairman also will have a goal. He will have a vision. Next 5 years, my company should be there in the at least in 10 countries. Or next 5 years, My company should be the brand leader. These are called what? Strategic goals. These are called strategic goal. Do you understand the difference? Strategic, tactical, and operational? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If everybody works towards the strategic goal, then only your chairman will succeed. Am I right? If everybody in the organization work on the strategic goal, then only your chairman can be happy. Why? Because your chairman's goal is very, very big, very ambitious. He want to make your company number one. Can your chairman alone achieve it? Possible or not possible? Not possible. All of you should work towards your top management goal. So strategic goals are the goals of the company. How the top management will achieve their strategic goal. They don't work directly. Rather, they will break down the goal. They will break down the goal, and the broken down goals are given to the middle management. Middle managers are nothing but your immediate boss. Right? So one strategic goal is broken down into 10 tactical goal. And one tactical goal is broken down into 10 operational goals. All of you are with me on what I am talking. Strategic goal broken down into sub goals. Now they are called tactical goals. Now each tactical goal broken down into smaller goals. They are called operational goals. The project what you identify using voice of customer, voice of business, or cost of poor quality are nothing but operational goals. If you achieve 10 operational goals, one tactical goal will be achieved. If you achieve 10 tactical goals, one of the strategic goal will be achieved. This is how any organization will function. This is called what? Goal alignment. This is called what? Goal alignment. Is that clear? If the goal alignment happens, your project will be approved easily. If what you do and what I want, if there is a difference, do you think your boss will approve? Definitely no. So whatever you want to achieve, your boss should your manager should also want it. Then what will happen? He will have the curiosity to approve your project. So that is where Ravi has taught you. Any company will have so many processes. Level 1 process, level 2 process, level 3. Maybe the level 3 process you are improving. When you improve the level 3 process, automatically, the level 2 will improve, and then level 1 will improve. And then as a result, the strategic goals will be achieved. So this is one important thing, goal alignment. Another important thing is business case. Hope he has taught you the business case also. What is business case? When you put resources to execute your project for a period of 6 months, tell me on approximately how much budget may be required to do a 6 months project in any company, in your company. Tell me approximate figure. How much? 50. Come on, please, again. How much you said? All of you tell some number. I'm not going to say it is wrong. I will always say
10 to 5 lakhs.
Okay, 5 to 10 lakhs. 5 to 10 lakhs is your budget, project budget. So 10 lakhs you want me to sanction. When I sanction 10 lakhs, will I get more than 10 lakhs as a return? If the return is going to be more than that, that means, I am going to get back my money quickly, right? So any project, whether there is a return on investment, whether the return on investment is good or bad, any management will be interested in seeing. If the return on investment is great, then the organization will get back the investment very quickly, and then the further benefits will be directly the benefit to the company, financial benefit to the company. So if that happens, then business case exists. If I put 10 lakhs and then the benefit is only 1 lakh per annum, then in order to get back the 10 lakhs I invested, I have to wait for 10 years. All of you understand? If the return on investment is only 10%, then I put 10 lakhs then I will get a saving of 1 lakh every year. Then I have to wait for 10 years just to get back the money I invested. Then 11th year onwards, it is profitable for me. Will you like such project?
No.
No, sir.
No.
Definitely no. So return on investment should create interest for your manager, for your boss to immediately sign your document. Is that clear? That is what, but no, you can't, no, it is just a 1-page paper. Your project charter is 1-page paper, but it will communicate very strongly to your boss. Only when you have appropriate metrics, when you use the appropriate metrics. Business case means directly you talk in terms of return on investment, talk in terms of the benefit, financial benefit. And again, problem statement. Is it problem statement a part of project charter? Come on, yeah, whether problem statement is part of project charter or not.
Yes, sir.
Problem statement is part of project charter. When you write the problem, most of the time when you ask people to write the problem, do you think they will write the problem?
Yes, sir.
They don't write the problem. Then what they will write? They will write the solution. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
For example, one of you told me, sir, you conduct the session for 6 days, not 3 days. Don't do it continuous 4 hours. Is it a problem or a symptom of some other problem? But definitely, breaking down is good. Breaking down is good. But the real problem is maybe when I ask the why. Now, this is the situation where you should use the tool why. You ask him the question before immediately going for the change. Ask him, why do you want to conduct the session for 2 hours? Then he will tell, sir, I'm not able to concentrate. I'm not able to concentrate. Then why are you not able to concentrate? Sir, I am using mobile phone. I'm using mobile phone and attending the session. I don't have proper chair. My room is not silent. Isn't it? All these things will come. Now again, I'm asking, is it the problem is again 4 hours, or is it your environment is not supportive? Which is the problem?
Environment.
Right? So you need to clearly understand the exact problem. When you are trying to write a problem statement, don't write the causes. Don't talk about the causes. Don't talk about the solution. Don't talk about the symptoms. Rather, you should be able to describe the problem. When somebody reads your problem statement, he should literally cry. Clear? Whatever pain you experience, you should be able to communicate. Then the moment your boss reads the problem statement, then he should be tempted to solve it immediately. So you have to describe. When you go to a doctor for a medical problem, tell me, how will you communicate to the doctor? Sir, I'm not sleeping even single hour, sir. All 24 hours I'm experiencing the pain. Will you say like this? Why are you saying like that? You want the doctor to understand your pain, isn't it? Sir, my abdomen is paining. I'm not even able to stand. All 24 hours I'm on the bed. Isn't it? So many expressions you are giving because you are trying to make the doctor understand how severe the problem is. Same way, can you write it in 3 to 4 lines at the same time? Communicate the problem effectively. That is called problem statement. And also, immediately below the problem statement, tell your boss about the benefit of solving the problem. When I solve the problem, this will be the benefit. At the same time, when you don't solve the problem, this will be the consequence. Clear? And now your boss will understand the seriousness of attending to the problem. You have described the problem. You're also telling, when we solve, then our number of our customer base will improve. When we don't solve, what will happen? Our customer base will reduce to half of it. That's all. Chapter is over. You have communicated. Now your boss will start thinking. Is that clear to all of you? This is how you need to write it, and wherever possible, add visual clues. For example, Pareto, you said you have plotted a Pareto. Show the Pareto to convince that the problem what you are solving is the biggest problem in the company. Isn't it? When you show your Pareto, straight away the first bar is your problem. Isn't it? So what are you trying to communicate? The problem what you are going to solve in the next 4 months is one of the biggest problem in the company. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is the Pareto rule? Is it 60-40 or 80-20 or 70-30?
80-20.
What do you mean by 80-20? Can somebody tell?
Describe the 80% of major problem.
80% problems are caused by 20% things, sir.
80% of the results in your company are affected by
20% causes.
20% of the problem. And your problem is 1 out of the 20%. Your project you identified is 1 out of the 20%. You can apply Pareto wherever you want. For example, how many people are on the video?
3.
Out of 22. Out of 22, only 4 or 5 on the video, right? Always 20% of the people work for remaining 80% of the people in the company. 20% of the people in the company work and remaining 80% of the people only benefit out of it.
Remaining are dark horses.
Yeah. Same way, 80% of your business come only from 20% of the product you manufacture. Am I right? 80% of your business comes only from 20% of your products. You may have 1,000 products in your company. Is that all products are fast moving?
No.
Only 20% of the products are moving fast, isn't it? So you generate more revenue using it. And similarly, go to your warehouse. Is that your warehouse? No, will have different types of parts. I will make a statement. 80% of the space in your warehouse is occupied by 20% of the product line. Can I say like that? Only few products, the fast moving products, you will have more in your warehouse. Am I right or not? Come on, say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
So you do ABC analysis, right? Where A is the fast moving items. And then B is the next category. C is the next category. Which item you will have more in your warehouse, A or B or C? A class item only you will have more, isn't it? So same way, you can apply Pareto wherever you want. And in our family also, if there are 10 people in the family, is that all 10 people are earning? Only 2 people are earning. Maybe you and your wife will be earning, and then all remaining will depend on you. Pareto works there also. But you should not ask me exactly 80% and exactly 20%. Approximate rule it is. This is an approximate rule. Same way, just by addressing 20% of the problem, you can gain, you can improve 80% of your result. You are solving only 20% of the problem, but 80% of the result improves. That is the advantage of doing a Pareto analysis, which is a very beautiful tool. One of the 7 QC tool. You can use it in the define phase. You can use it in the analyze phase, wherever you feel it is required. You can use Pareto to prioritize problem. Prioritizing problem is nothing but prioritizing project. You can use Pareto to prioritize the causes. You know what are causes? Yesterday we discussed potential causes, right? Potential causes, X factor. You can use Pareto in the analysis phase. You can use Pareto in the improve phase. For a problem, there may be 10 solutions. Will you try all 10 solutions to solve one problem? No. Only one of the solution out of the 10 you will be doing. So you can also use Pareto to prioritize solution. If there are 10 solutions, which is the best solution? Use the Pareto again. Which is the major problem? Use the Pareto. Which is the major factor? Major cost factor? Use Pareto. So that's how Pareto is helping you. So this is how you need to use the tools, but you have to practice a lot. Maybe if you discuss some real case studies, which we normally do it in the green belt or a black belt training program. When you yourself prepare a project charter, you come to know how the plus and minus of your charter, and then you become a master. And once you become a master of creating the project charter, then every submission, every proposal you submit will definitely be approved, because that will have an all detail, important detail. The timelines are included or not included. Team members are included. Who is the team leader? Who is the team member? Every detail is available. So this is how define phase will go on in a Six Sigma project. Any question to me? Any specific question to me about define phase? Yes, please. I'm ready to answer any of your question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Please ask the question. Do not hesitate. Yeah.
So means when we define a project, means always we go as per the plan, or we have to deviate also.
You have to go as per plan, but in real time, there will be deviation.
Because
Real time?
yes, sir. Because we don't know means what will happen in future, and we are all doing predictions only, no.
No. See, for example, training is for 3 days, right?
Yes.
We'll finish. We are going to finish it in 3 days. If any deviation, what will happen? Suppose extra 2 hours required. What will happen?
Food.
Can I keep it on 12th day?
Yes.
12th day, will you all come? I don't know, right? So I have to get it reapproved. Any deviation, I have to get it reapproved. So project charter is a living document. What is it called? It is called a living document. The training is live training, isn't it? Any deviation, definitely possible, but major deviation, you have to get it reapproved. So project charter should be updated, and the updated project charter should be again approved. Project is planned for 4 months, but it is later on found that 6 months time is required. So you have to get it reapproved. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Any other question? Very good question. Any other doubt?
BOB how related to CTQ?
Come again. VO?
BOB how related to CTQ?
VOB, how related to COPQ? Everything is related to COPQ only. Everything is related to COPQ only. Then only we will try to solve it. If your organization is not going to lose money, I don't think any organization will worry about it, isn't it? Only when they lose the money, yes, they would like to resolve it. But at the same time, voice of business, you tell me some voice of business. What is voice of business? Give me an example of voice of business.
Publisher.
Come again.
Publishers. Book publisher.
Book publisher. Book publisher, right? A publishing company.
Books.
Okay, a book publishing company. Okay. What is voice of business in that? No, tell me, sir. Give me some clue. You ask me how voice of business is related to cost of poor quality. If you give an example, then I will connect it. Otherwise, I will give an example. Voice of business. I am saying that my attrition rate, my people attrition rate, employee attrition rate is keep on increasing. Is it a voice of business? People are not, the organization is not able to retain the people. All your people are leaving the job. Do you get the problem? Now this is not a customer problem. This is business problem. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now, will it lead to failure? Will it lead to cost of poor quality? If people are not staying, everybody know they come work for 6 months and then they don't like the job, they are leaving. Now, this is a voice of business. This is a problem related to voice of business. Is it necessarily should be solved or you can leave it?
Necessary to solve.
Why? If you are not able to retain people, then retaining results will also be a problem. Isn't it? Then
Yeah.
there will be lot of failures. Any failure, there is a cost associated. That cost is called what? Cost of poor quality. Isn't it?
Yes.
Any failure, there is a cost associated, and that is what we call it, cost of poor quality. So voice of business definitely are associated to cost of poor quality. Voice of customer also associated to cost of poor quality. That is why we wanted to reduce it.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
Done. So now, just to understand, one question I want to ask. Ravi has taught you a lot of things, lot of tools, voice of customer, voice of business, cost of poor quality, Pareto, he taught project charter, he taught SEP, right? And then he spoke many jargons. And now I want all of you on video. Please note, this is a standing rule. This is a standing rule. Whenever slides are not shared, be on video. And also, why I could see only 2. All of you, please come on video. Because we are now discussing. I'm not now running through the slides, which I don't like simply reading the slides. Okay. Now I could see at least more than half of you on video. Good. Now, CTQ, how many of you understood CTQ? Explained by Dr. Ravi. CTQ means what? One of you tell me.
To quality.
Voice of customer.
Critical to quality.
Beautiful. Critical to. Now, let me give a problem. You have to identify the CTQ there. Imagine a family goes to a hospital. The family goes to a hospital to vaccinate their child. And now the doctor is giving the injection. The child being less than a year, the child cries a lot. The child is crying like anything. Now, this is the problem. What is the problem? Child crying is the problem. I don't want the child to cry when injection is given. Now that problem is given to you. Not that problem is given to you as a project. Now tell me, how will you initiate the project? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
As a family goes to the hospital. Purpose is the child must be vaccinated and the doctor gives the injection. The child is crying. The entire hospital hears the sound of the child. And now something seriously wrong with the process. So an improvement is required. So the task is assigned to you. You are the yellow belt. Now tell me, what is your understanding about the problem?
The child is afraid of injection.
Yes, child is afraid of the injection. So child is crying. Right? So tell me, how will you approach this problem?
And afford ice
The
cream.
requirement is clear. When the injection is given, child should not cry. Otherwise, crying a little is okay because you can't avoid. But the entire hospital is turning its face. To that extent, the problem is there. Now, what is the problem in this case? Or how will you approach this problem? Suppose if you are the parent or you are the person given the task to resolve the problem.
Main problem is noise and the
Your voice is breaking, Lijo Jai.
Maybe the problem with the noise.
Problem with the noise, correct. Very good. The child is crying a lot. That is a problem. So how will you reduce that noise? That is my requirement. My project
That-
goal, I don't want that much noise to come from the child.
Child and mother can be kept in a room so that it can.
You will lock the entire family in a separate room so that the hospital is safe.
Give chocolate to child.
Can change the ambience, sir.
Abhishek
That
coming to the,
child in-
Abhishek is saying, sir, I will give chocolate to the child. Very good. Now what are the other ways you will approach the problem?
Toys.
Size of the needle.
Varun Patel is telling he will give the toy.
Toys.
And now
The
somebody is saying
ambience,
size of the
ambience of the
needle.
room can be changed, sir.
Who is saying size of the needle?
Me, sir, Abhishek.
Sir,
The thing is, this is how we approach.
sir, divert the mind of the child to some enjoyable moment.
Very good.
So,
Manish Kumar is giving a beautiful suggestion. Divert the child to some joyful event. Probably he may dance in front of the child, and then he may sing a song, and child will get diverted. Am I right?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes what happens when you sing a song, the child may cry more. Right? So this is how we approach the problem most of the time. While instead of solving the problem, we will amplify the problem. What is required is the right CTQ is required. One of you told me very correctly. Sir, it is the needle which is making the child to cry. Am I right?
Yes.
Your toy will not be the solution. Your song will not be the solution. Your chocolate will invite new problem. And locking everybody in the room, that won't solve the problem. Isn't it? Rather, they will file a case against the hospital if you do it so. Right? So the real problem is the pain experienced by the child is what we are trying to solve. How the pain comes? Pain comes because of the needle only. If the needle is 10 mm needle, will you take the injection?
No.
We don't take. And for the child 1 mm is also the child feels it painful. So the real problem is the size of the needle. Do something to reduce the size of the needle. You don't need to sing a song. You don't need to dance. You don't need to import the chocolates. Rather, you have to work on the reducing the size of the needle. Maybe the diameter of the needle, maybe the length of the needle. Anything you reduce, that will bring down the pain. If you bring down the pain, child will may not cry much, isn't it? All of you are able to understand? So these metrics which can truly represent the problem are called CTQs, critical to quality characteristics. When I reduce the size of the needle, definitely the pain will come down. If the pain comes down, the child will not cry, isn't it? At the same time, when I reduce the size of the needle, another challenge happens. What is the another challenge? The medicine should flow inside that needle. The 1 mm needle you reduced to 0.5 or 0.5 mm needle you reduced to 0.25. Now, how will you ensure the medicine flow inside that 0.5 mm needle? For that, you have to drill a hole inside. Am I right? Already the needle is 0.5, but you want the medicine to flow inside. So what you need to do, you have to drill a hole inside the 0.5 mm. Do you see a drilled hole in the 0.5 mm? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you have not seen, buy a 2 ml or a 10 ml syringe and see the needle. It's very thin, and within that thin needle, there is a hole inside. Through that hole only the medicine will flow. Am I right? Now, the inner hole creates a problem to the business. That is called voice of business. Reducing the needle to 0.5 mm is the voice of the baby. But the baby will not say it is diameter. You have to find out. Yes, the problem is diameter. If you keep the diameter thicker, definitely the child will cry. So voice of the customer is converted into a technical metric. We call it CTQ. Clear? And now the inner diameter of the needle, that is voice of business. Voice of business is again converted into CTB, the inner diameter, because when the needle is too thin, how can I manufacture? That is the voice of business. You may say, how can I manufacture? But you actually mean you are not able to manufacture a thin needle and drill a hole. So the inner diameter of the hole is the CTB. So this is how you must narrow down the problem to CTQ and CTB. If you are not able to identify the CTQ and CTB, I tell you, you will never be able to solve the problem. Am I right? If CTQs and CTBs are not identified, problem will not be solved. Probably the 10 lakh budget you will enjoy, you will spend it the way you want, and then you will close the project. But problem remains as it is. Why? You have not identified the CTQs. You have imported the chocolate, you brought a good singer, you brought a good dancer, and everybody does the job. But the still child will cry in the same manner only. Problem is not coming down. All of you are with me? Yes or no? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Defining the problem is the toughest part
Yes,
in any project. Defining the problem is the toughest part. Customer, they will simply say, the product is bad. But the deeper meaning of what is bad, you have to break your head. Am I right? When I see, I have to ask 100 times just to understand whether you understand or not. Same situation will exist for you also in your company, right? You have to ask 100 times to get a small information. And that's CTQ and CTB will help you understand the problem perfectly, right? And now somehow one of you asked me, sir, how do you get 3.4 DPMO? Can I explain now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only two of you want to know. All others you don't want to know.
Yes, sir.
See this 3.4, why,
Yes, sir.
how it comes.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we don't explain even to the green belts. Only when they ask, I will explain. Should I explain?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
For you to understand how the 3.4 came, 3.4 is nothing but the failure rate. Is nothing but the failure rate. How do you get failure rate? By subtracting the success rate. Am I right? If the success rate is 90%, what is your failure rate?
10%.
10%.
10%. So 100 minus 90 is the failure rate. So the 3.4 is the DPMO for a Six Sigma level. For a Six Sigma process, 3.4 DPMO is the failure rate. If 3.4 DPMO is the failure rate, the success rate is 99.999. Right? We'll see that. And now all of you know what is normal distribution? Yes or no? Do you know normal distribution?
Yes, sir.
It will be a bell-shaped curve. In a bell-shaped curve, what is there in the center? In the center, you have the average. Am I right? In the center, you have the average. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Right. Any data will definitely have some average. For example, if all of you write the yellow belt exam. So today I am going to conduct an exam for all of you. Today, up to whatever you learned, there will be an assessment today. But that has nothing to do with your yellow belt, only to know your betterment. I will keep an exam. Imagine, all of you write the exam. Will I get an average mark?
Yes.
Yes.
I will. And so, any data, any distribution will have the average in the center. Imagine the average mark is 80. What does it mean? It means some of you scored above 80, some of you scored below 80. Am I right?
Yes.
You have data above the average also. You have data below the average also. And imagine I am targeting to equip all of you to be a perfect yellow belt. I am targeting to equip all of you to be a perfect yellow belt, not a namesake training, but definitely making sure that all of you live up to your certification. But how do I measure whether you really become a yellow belt or not? CTQs are needed, right? I can't say all of you are yellow belt and take the certificate. Then, I may be wrong. I will be, that will be like, giving a chocolate. No, I'm giving a certificate. So what is the CTQ here? Your test mark is a CTQ. Am I right?
Yeah.
Only when you thoroughly listen to us, make up proper notes, understand everything, ask a lot of questions, the exam questions you will be able to answer. So CTQ is going to be your test mark. So I have a target. I'm saying that if somebody scores 80 mark, my goal is achieved. Somebody score 80 mark, my goal is achieved. So the quality of our training program is anybody enroll in the program will easily score 80 mark. So what is the expectation? 80 mark out
marks.
of 100 is the expectation. All of you write the exam. All of you write the exam. I calculate the average. Average mark also 80. Expectation also 80. Average also 80. Expectation also 80. What is the difference?
0.
That is called a judge score. The difference is called what? Judge score. Average minus target divided by standard deviation. Average minus target divided by standard deviation. This is called judge score. Your judge score will be 0 when the calculated average falls exactly on the target. Can I say like that?
Yes, sir.
All of you can understand whatever I'm explaining only when you pay full attention, only when you really want to understand. Otherwise, definitely you will get confused. Clear? Right. So, whenever the calculated average is on the target, your judge score will be 0. Clear? If your judge score is not equal to 0, what does it mean? Your process
Deviation is on the target.
deviation is there. Beautiful. Whenever your judge score is not 0, there is a deviation. Whenever your average is not on the target, your process is deviated. Deviation is not good. More the deviation, more will be the failure. Am I right?
Yes.
More the deviation, more will be the failure. So, in order to see, when I say test mark, there is an average. When I say product dimension, there is an average. When I say surface finish, there is an average. When I say hardness of the material, there is an average. For each and everything, I cannot create a table. Generally, one table is called a normal distribution table. But for each and every problem, I cannot create a table. To have a common table for all your problem, I create another table called standard normal distribution table. There are normal distribution, all of you know. Now I am creating another distribution. What is another distribution? Standard normal distribution. Everything is same. We already learned standard normal distribution, but now I am telling you standard normal distribution. The difference between normal distribution and standard normal distribution is, in a normal distribution, your average can be any value. Average can be any value. Tomorrow when you write the exam, average can be 80, average can be 70, average can be 90, isn't it? But in a standard normal distribution, the average will be always 0. Center will be 0. Center will be 0. In a normal distribution, center will be average. But in a standard normal distribution, center will be 0. That is what I told you. Z score equal to 0. Z score will become 0 when the calculated average is on the target. Right. That is one thing. When you write the exam, you got an average mark of 80. If I use all your mark, will I get a standard deviation also?
Yes.
Let us say standard deviation is 5 marks. Standard deviation is 5 marks. That means majority of you have scored between 65 and 95. Average mark is how much? 80. Standard deviation is how much? 5.
5.
Once
3.
I know the average and standard deviation as a teacher, now I understand all of you have scored between 65 and 95. How do I get 65 and 95? Can somebody tell me?
Average plus 3 sigma, average minus 3 sigma.
Beautiful. All of you should clap for Mayank. Can I get a clapping sound for him? Only people are clapping. Beautiful. See, many people don't know how to use the knowledge of normal distribution. This is how you can use. Once you know the average and standard deviation, you can immediately make a conclusion. All of you have scored between 65 and 95. Now the training quality is fantastic, isn't it? Training quality, I understand the training quality because 65 to 95 means all of you are eligible for the allowable certificate. Because what is the passing score? 60%. But your average is 80, standard deviation is 5. All of you are qualifying for the certification. Now the training is definitely fantastic. Right. And similarly, the standard normal distribution, center will be 0. Standard deviation will be equal to 1. When it's an assumption, when I assume center equal to 0, standard deviation equal to 1, my distribution becomes standard normal distribution. All of you understand the difference between normal distribution and standard normal distribution? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference? Can one of you state it again? What is the difference between normal distribution and standard normal distribution? One difference, tell me.
Their score will be 0 in standard normal deviation.
In standard normal distribution,
Average is 0.
Their score will be
otherwise you call it center is 0. In a standard normal distribution, the center is 0. And one more property, standard deviation equal to
1.
Why it is required? Suppose if it is a training program which I want to improve, the parameter which will help me to understand the training quality is test mark. What is the expected test mark? 80. What is the actual average mark? 80. Standard deviation is how much? 5. Now I calculate the judge score. Actual mark also 80, target mark also 80. Actual minus target divided by standard deviation, my judge score becomes 0. My judge score becomes 0. Now go to your company. Customer wants 80 mm as the dimension. Customer wants 80 mm as the dimension. Now you are producing product. Your product will have dimension 80 plus or minus. Am I right?
Yes.
Your product will have 80 plus or minus. You take the average. The average is 80. Average is 80. Customer requirement also 80. And your data says standard deviation of 2. Now what is your judge score?
0.
Again 0.
0.
Whether it is a test mark, whether it is a dimension, or is it a hardness, or is it a compressive strength, I can solve all the problem using the judge score. When the number represents mark, it gives a meaning. When the number represents dimension, it gives another meaning. When the number represents hardness, it gives another meaning. But all the number can be converted into a judge score. Am I right?
Yes.
Instead of solving your dimensional problem, instead of solving your hardness problem, instead of solving your test mark problem, I will solve the problem using judge score. Because judge score is derived from your original problem only. Am I right? So single table called judge distribution table or standard normal distribution table is going to solve all your problem. All that you need to do is convert your number into a judge score. Clear? All of you are with me on this?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now I will take you through a slide, my Excel file. Is my Excel file visible to you? See, you have to keep answering me very fast. Is my Excel visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
See here, so many normal distribution slips I am showing. Look at the first one. My jet is here. Can you see my jet? On the left side of the jet, what color you are seeing?
Red.
On the right side of the jet, what are you seeing?
Green.
Green.
If red is my success, green is my failure. Am I right?
Yes.
Why all of you switch it off? Okay, it's only Lijo Joy on the video, right? So the left, if I consider red as the success, then green will be failure. All right. Now, what is this number? That score. Clear? Sir, no.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
that score. See, jet I am writing here 0, 0.1, 0.2. So many values I am writing. Do you see my jet score is changing?
Yeah.
I have written up to 7.5. I have written because beyond 7.5 you no need to think, because you will almost become 100. Around 6 itself you will become 100. And now, can somebody read this box? What is this box? Area under the curve. Can you read it out?
Area under curve from negative infinity to Z.
Negative infinity will be on the left side, left extreme of your curve. Am I right?
Yes.
Negative infinity to jet. What is that area? That is red area or green area?
Red area.
Red area.
Very good. Beautiful. This area I am going to calculate now. See here. Equal to norm S. Norm S dist. What is the formula? Norm
No.
S dist. S dist means standard distribution, standard normal distribution. Clear? I click that. Standard normal distribution of jet value. What is the value coming?
0.5.
You know why is it coming 0.5?
Yes, 0.5.
Yeah, I'll tell you. When I say jet equal to 0, where is my jet equal to 0? In the center. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is that my cursor is also visible to you, all of you?
Yes, sir.
My cursor now at jet equal to 0. Can I say like that?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
sir.
Now my cursor is jet equal to 0. Now my cursor is jet equal to minus infinity. Now my cursor is jet equal to plus infinity. Clear?
Yes.
When my jet is at 0, when my jet is at the center, minus infinity to center. Hello, Darshan. Darshan, you are being a lot. We are discussing a very serious point. And I bet you not even 1% of the green belts in the entire world do not understand the question what you have asked. If you understand what I am explaining now, you are going to be on the top 1% of the yellow belts in the entire world without any doubt. So please pay full attention. So when I type here, I'm getting 0.5. It simply means this 0.5 represents the area from minus infinity to jet equal to 0. Minus infinity to center. Clear?
Yes, sir.
When I draw a line here in the center, the left side area is 0.5. Same way, when I shift the jet from 0 to this point, tell me a value, jet equal to 1, jet equal to 2, you tell me any value. This will give me the area. So I'm going to drag it down.
5.
Now all the area I have got. Do you see? When jet becomes 1, area increases from 50 to 53%. Am I right?
Yes.
When jet becomes 0.1. Let me go to jet equal to 1. Area become what?
84.13.
Now the red color area for any value of jet can be understood from the table. All of you are with me on this? Clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
next, failure area. Green color area I want to find out. What is the formula for failure? 100%
1 minus success.
success. So equal to 1 minus this value,
Yes, sir.
0.5. So when success is 50%, failure is also 50%. Same way I'm going to drag it down. Clear?
Yes.
See here, when success rate is 53%, failure rate is 46%. It's tallying. And now in your company, sometimes your study will be one-tailed, sometimes your study will be two-tailed. What is one-tailed, two-tailed? When customer gives tolerance both sides, your study is two-tailed, isn't it?
Yes.
When customer gives tolerance only one side, then rejection will happen only one side. This is the first one is a one-tailed study. Am I right? This is a one-tailed study. This is also one-tailed study. Now this is for a two-tailed study. This is for a two-tailed study. And now for a two-tailed study, just a second. Yeah. I'll show the formula. Now, Z equal to 0. Z equal to 0 means I am at the center. I am at the center. From center, okay, Z equal to 0 is the center point. Let's imagine some other value for Z. Z equal to 1 or 2. 1 or 2 means Z is on the right side. From 0 to the Z on the right side, the area is exactly equal to 0 to minus Z on the left side. Can I say like that?
Yes.
So what I will do now is, here, actually I am not able to draw here. That is why I am slightly finding difficult. Or let me take this arrow. 1 second. Let me take the arrow. Now I place this center line here. Now what is that I want to know? I want to know the green color area. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now consider only the right side of the center. Right side of the center. When I consider all the area on the right side of the center, what is the area? Which is 0.5.
Positive.
0.5. Am I right?
Yes.
The right side of the line, right side of the center line, the area is 0.5. But this small orange color area, what is orange color area? Failure rate. That failure rate we already calculated here. Failure rate. So this right side green color area is equal to total area minus failure rate. Failure rate is previously we calculated here. C4. Now what is this? 0.5 minus failure rate on the right side. Will you have similar area on the left side?
Yes.
So in this formula, I am going to multiply by 2. All of you are with me on this? How I calculate the right side area, same way left side area is also there. So I multiply by 2, I enter. Here it is 0. Why it is 0? Because my Z is 0. But for other values, you will get the values. Let me drag it down. Yes. I got so many values. Now this value you can use for two-tiled test. See here, for Z equal to 1, let us go to Z equal to 1. Z equal to 1 or Z equal to 3, Z score 3 because you already know the number. Let me go to Z equal to 3. What is the number you are seeing? Can somebody read out the number?
99.73.
Have you seen this number earlier?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you now understand how the numbers are coming?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
99.73 is the area inside of your Z. 99.73 is the area inside of your Z. But where is your Z? Z is there on the right side. Z is there on the left side. This is a two-tiled study. Clear? All of you are with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, area under negative infinity to minus Z plus Z to positive infinity. That means what? Rejection on the left side, rejection on the right side. See, the previous column, we calculated the green area. Now I want the red area. Red area is there on both sides. Am I right?
Yes.
What is the total area always? Total area is 1.
1.
So 1 minus the previous value. This is the red color area. All of you understand?
Yes.
I drag it down. Done. I got all value. Now, my success rate is available, failure rate is available for one-tiled test, two-tiled test. What is the first test? This is one-tiled. The third curve, two-tiled. And this is the failure rate of one-tiled test. This is the here is the failure rate of. Oh, 1 second. What happened? I eliminated. I deleted equal to 1 minus this previous value. I enter. And then I have to drag it down. Oh, now it is coming. Clear. So I got all the value. Now what I want is, I want to know my rejection, ppm, right? I want to know the rejection. You know what is the formula for rejection? Failure rate into million. See ppm, do you know what is ppm?
Parts per million.
Right. See here, the previous one, what is the failure rate? 1 means what? Failure rate is how much? 100%. 1 means 100%, right? When your failure rate is 100%, if you produce 1 million parts, all 1 million will be rejected. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So failure number of ppm parts rejected per million is equal to failure rate into 1 million. 1 million is 10 to the power 6. Do you see how many parts are getting rejected when you produce 1 million? All 1 million are rejected. All 1 million are rejected. Right. But you need to know how you are using your judge score, right? You can use the judge score for calculation of success rate. You can calculate failure rate also. Now I'm explaining for failure rate. Now I drag it down. Right. When my sigma level is 7.5, how many products are failing? Not even one product. When my sigma level is 6, how many are failing? Again, you know, 0.001, not even one product. That is why, you know, people are crazy about 6 sigma level. And now, whatever we discussed so far, these are all true only for short term. I taught you know difference between short term and long term. Do you know the difference, short term and long term?
Yes, sir.
Come on, please. Yeah. Now, in a long term, you know what will happen? The process will shift by an amount equal to how much? 1.5 sigma. Am I right?
Yes.
So your judge score will also shift by 1.5. If your process shift by 1.5 sigma, your judge score will also shift exactly by 1.5. So look at my curve. Earlier, when I have the center, the judge score is how much? 0. But when your judge score is 0, now it will shift by 1.5. So judge minus 1.5, it is minus 1.5. Judge score is shifting to the minus 1.5. Now the blue color area in this column G can be obtained using the same formula. What is the formula? Norm S test, open the bracket. Original judge score is how much? 0. But what is the shift? Minus 1.5.
1.5.
Entered. Now the area is reduced to 6%. Earlier the area was 50%. When the judge shifts by 1.5, 50% has become 6%. Do you understand how your performance is coming down? Clear? Come on. Do you understand? The 50% gets reduced to how much? Only 6%. So all of you understand or not? Say yes or no.
No, sir. Sir,
Ah.
so when we put directly Z value, we will get it from minus negative to Z1, minus 1.5, no?
See, when we put jet value, yes, minus infinity to this. So that also you can do. Let me do. For example, as you say, equal to norm S dist. What do you want to put? Tell me 0 minus 1.5, how much?
It will be same. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And now you get the same thing. So
Yes, sir.
50% becomes 6%. You remember,
Yes.
I also told you 99.73 will come down to 70 to 80. That will happen,
Yes.
right? So now I am going to drag it down. So up to 7.5 I have done. Now, when the blue color is success, red color is what? Failure. Am I right?
Yes.
So this is what is the formula for this column number H equal to
1 minus.
very good 1 minus this. This is failure. Now this failure is for one-tailed study or two-tailed study? Can somebody tell me?
One tail.
State study.
Very good. One-tailed study. Now I am going to convert this into ppm. How will I convert this into ppm? The value failure rate
Multiply by 10⁶.
Now look at the failure rate in a one-tailed test for every judge score. Now the failure rate is arrived. Now let me go to Six Sigma. What is the failure rate? What is the number of failures? ppm.
3.4 ppm.
Do you remember the number? What is this number? 3.4.
DPMO.
3.4 dpm. So here it is ppm because the defect possible is only one. Then dpmo and ppm are same. So 3.4 dpmo. Do you understand how it is coming? It is the long-term failure. If you produce 1 million parts, how many parts your customer will reject?
3.4.
3.4 parts only your customer has a chance to reject. You produced 1 million parts, only 3.4 parts are getting rejected. And what kind of test you are doing? One-tail test or two-tail test?
One tail.
Test.
So the 3.4 is a number applicable for a one-tail test. 3.4 is a number which is applicable only for long term. Clear? Why do I say long term? I subtracted the judge score by 1.5. For the same judge score of two-tailed test, what is the failure rate? Do you tell me what is the failure rate? 0.19%. Isn't it?
Yes.
See the failure rate. 0.0019. 0.0019 when I multiply by 100, it is 0.19% only. But here, in a one-tailed test, one-tailed is too low, very, very low. In a one-tailed test, rejection is 3.4. But then in a two-tailed test, the rejection may be a little higher. The rejection may be a little higher. If you want to know this, we can calculate. This is in, ppm is calculated. See here. ppm is calculated. How much it is? Not even 1. Yes, it is lower actually. Yeah, it is lower. In a one-tailed test, you have 3.4 products getting rejected. But in a two-tailed test, you don't even get 3.4 rejected. How many getting rejected? Less than 1. Is it Six Sigma making failure a rare event? Yes or no?
Yes.
See, this is a tough concept. If you have understood, you should really be proud of yourself. Have you understood? How many of you understood what I explained in Excel? Can you show a thumbs up? Let me calculate.